What's up guys, it's your boy Bossy TV here, and today, I'm gonna be doing a story time episode. Now, sup RG, he's an amazing YouTuber, he told me to produce some more of this, and I was gonna produce a FIFA 17 gameplay video, but I think because he's been here for so long, he deserves an opportunity to say his part and to say his say, so because he asked, I'm gonna produce it for him. So this is the story time episode 2. Also, before I get into the story time episode, I just want to say, there is going to be FIFA content coming out. My TV is not repaired yet. If you could smash the like button, get it to 10 likes or something, subscribe if you haven't, and let's get into this, boys. So I remember telling you guys in the last episode of Storytime, and if you haven't seen that, I'll leave a link in the description down below, but I remember telling you guys about a sort of guy that looked like Rick Ross. Now, he actually did look like Rick Ross, and he'll be in this story again. And I also remember telling you guys that there's going to be a lot of stories based in what happened in high school, because a lot of things did happen then, and I was a fucking idiot back then. Also, I do apologize for any swearing in this video. I just got a little habit, and I can't help it, especially because some of these stories just really annoy me, really piss me off to the max. So I do apologize for any swearing in this video. Okay, this story time is going to be based on stealing an iPod. And before I start, I just want to say as well, I did not steal the iPod, but the story is based on that. So I was outside PE. Well, for the US guys and for everyone else who doesn't know what PE is, that's basically like a lesson where you just do like physical activities, football, basketball, whatnot, and it's just one of them ones, when you go into gym basically. So we were outside just waiting to go inside the changing rooms, and one of my boys, he came up to us, we were just talking like normal, and he had an iPod. And he was showing it around, and two of my other boys, they're spasticated, really spasticated. They decided to play a little prank on him and take the iPod off him and just pretend, they didn't have it. They weren't trying to steal it, they were just trying to fuck around with him, and they were gonna give it back in the end anyways. The guy that was showing it off, saying I got iPod, my boys, they took it and he wasn't feeling it, he was trying to get it back, and my boys were just like, nah, you ain't getting it back and shit. And he went to his lesson and we went to ours, and obviously he had lessons in a different department. I think he had science or maths and we had PE, so he went to his lesson and we went to ours. So we had the iPod, we had it until PE ended. We were just discussing it like, what the hell, we actually got the iPod and stuff, this is fucked up, because the other guy, he wasn't actually feeling it that we had taken it off him, although it was just a joke. To him, he took it too seriously, and maybe we took it too far. But to be fair, I wasn't actually involved in taking the iPod at the time. It was just two of my boys. They just came up to me and they started discussing it in PE. They were telling me that, we've got the iPod, what should we do and stuff. They kept on discussing that sort of stuff with me, trying to figure out a plan how to give it back to him without him crying, because they thought that they had taken it too far and that they had upset him. So PE is finished basically, our time at the gym is done, and we had an assembly straight after. So all our boys, my boys and us, we headed off there, and from there onwards we were just sitting down. We still had the iPod and we didn't know what to do with it. I told my boy to give it to me and I'll find him and I'll give it to him. It was a Friday and I was trying to find him and I could not find him at all. It was a long discussion, we were trying to figure out who would actually give it to him, because there's some sly fuckers that might not give it. We were trying to figure out who would, and then I just said, give it to me and I'll give it to him. It was a Friday, like I said before. I put it in my pocket and I couldn't find him, so I had to take it home with me. After I had taken the iPod, I rang on Sunday, I rang one of my boys and I told him, basically, I got the iPod, what should I do, man, because I had taken it out of the school. It's kind of fucked up. I shouldn't have done that. I should have quickly found him, although I tried to and I couldn't. I was gonna give it back straight on Monday. My boy goes to me, give it to me on Monday and I'll give it to him. So Monday comes and I still can't find the guy. I give it to my boy and he puts it in his fucking shoe. Believe it or not, he puts it in his shoe like a faggot. Instead of his pocket, he puts it in his shoe. And then after we go to English, and I'm just sitting there like normal, and here comes big fat fucking Rick Ross, yeah, the fattest fucker in the game, the fattest fucker in the school. He comes through, he knocks on the door and he goes, I need to speak to you right now, can you come with me please? At this point I obviously knew shit was about to get fucked up, because he always comes when something fucked happens, man. You know, he's only been in my school life, and he's only ever spoken to me in my school life when something fucked happens. So I'm walking outside with him, and he starts asking me questions. He's like, did you do it? How did you do it? What did you do? I know you did it. You know, because this guy is his boy. And the reason I say he's his boy is because basically in high school you have a tutor, and my boy, the one that got his iPod just taken from him, you know, from my friends, he was his tutor. So obviously he was gonna back him. He said, that's my boy, you know, what did you do to him? Why did you do it? And stuff like that. I say I didn't do it, you know, and then he takes me into his office, and I see my boy there, you know, the one that put the iPod in his fucking shoe. I see him there standing there, and then he definitely starts questioning us. He's like, why did you do it? How did you do it? And he kept on getting louder and louder, man. I was like, what the fuck? So Mr. Ricky Rose, you know, aka Rick Ross, you know, him being him, he keeps on getting more and more people out of their lessons just to fucking try to get this resolved. So got all of us, and basically what he did, he put us in a room in that office to make us, like, you know, have a little discussion about it. And while we were talking about it, we were like, what the fuck should we actually do now? Because, you know, it was in his shoe and we didn't even know what to do. So we came up with different ideas, you know, some being that, you know, we didn't actually know where it was, which was really stupid because it got him more angry. And there's some other ideas like he had it on him all along, because at the same time there was actually no proof of us taking it. So I don't know how we could have got accused, but you know, we were only young at the time, so we didn't really think it through like that, you know, like how could they actually accuse us of this? But we were just shitting ourselves, to be honest, at that point. So like I was saying before, you know, us being stupid, we basically went up to him, all of us together, and we said we don't know where it is. You know, he got really angry, really aggressive actually, and he was like, you better tell me where it is and stuff like that. Although we didn't know where the fuck it was, he kept on going on and on and on, and he goes, well, if you don't tell me, you're gonna have to buy a new one. And he actually searched up a new one, not even a used one, guys. He searched up a new iPod, which was basically around like 400, like 350, 400. And you know, we were only young then, and he's like, you have to pay this much for it. And the iPod that we took from our boy, come on guys, the iPod was scratched up. It was so disgusting. He had a crack on the fucking screen. But yeah, he wanted us to get him a new iPod, you know, a brand new one, £350, guys. You know, we all said no to him, and that's when he got pissed. He even says that the boys, you know, the boy's mom actually rang in and said that's his sister's iPod, which was so believable. You know, did you see the sarcasm there? You know, so believable, guys. You know, obviously it wasn't his sister's. He was just saying that just to say it, you know, so that we feel bad. It wasn't his sister's, it was his. Otherwise he wouldn't be holding it with him all the time. We knew it was his because he even said it to us. But you know, his mom rang in and said it was his sister's, which really pissed Rick Ross off even worse. So Rick Ross basically says, that's it, I've had enough, I'm gonna take you to the head teachers now. And you know, that's exactly what he did. He said, if you don't tell me, I'm gonna take you there and I'm gonna permanently exclude you guys, you know, expel or exclude, either one. He said I was gonna permanently, like, you know, take you out of the school, and so that you could never come back again. And he took us to the head teacher, and while he did, you know, we had to stop off at another teacher, which I pissed off, which is for another story, you know, another story for another day, guys. I really did piss this teacher off as well, and she started powering it, you know, kept on violating us as well, saying haha, this is what you get and stuff, even though she wasn't involved. I don't know, she just wanted to talk, and we had to stop by hers just to sign off from the register to say that we're going to the head teacher and we're going home. So you know, the waiting game starts. You know, we're outside the head teacher's room. Rick Ross goes in first, you know, sweetens up the head teacher, and then the head teacher calls us in. While he calls us in, we all have to stand there, and then he just shouts at us 0 to 100 real quick. He says, hello, how are you guys? And then he quickly went to, how dare you do that? You know, he has an Irish voice. I said it in my previous Storytime episode. You know, he pulled that out the bag, man. He goes, how could you do this? Why would you do that? And stuff like that. Even though we said we didn't do it, you know, it was their word against ours. He wasn't buying any of the BS we were saying, you know, although we did basically do it just as a prank though. It wasn't even a big thing, you know, but he turned it into a massive thing. He expelled us for a week, and then we had to come back for a meeting. By the way, guys, you know, when we were in the office with Rick Ross, we had to go for lunch, so he allowed us to go for lunch, you know, for dinner, just to talk it off. And we did manage to find the guy, and my boy that had the iPod in his pocket did give it back to him, and he did try to tell him, you know, to tell Rick Ross to allow us, you know, just let us be, just, you know, leave this out and just, you know, just forget everything happened, man. You know, it was just a joke. We explained it to him, but Rick Ross was not buying it, and that's, you know, that's when he took us to the head teacher. But we have the meeting, my mom comes in, and surprisingly my dad comes in as well. My dad's never come into any school meetings, but he comes in. This is how sad it was. He came in, he looked lost, he looked like a lost puppy in his school. He did not know what was going on, but he came in the meeting and he was like, just discussing it, looking at me, putting on his little tone, like that's basically what happens when you're talking to a different person. You put on a different tone to when you talk to your family members and stuff at home, and that's exactly what was happening, man. The meeting, it went on for at least 30 minutes, and I had to have a report card, just to go back to my tutor every week to say that I'm signing in, signing out. It's kind of a behavior log for what I did, and I just got told off basically, man. And my tutor said that I was chilling with the wrong gang, although I wasn't. That's what teachers think. But my friends were definitely good. They all got good grades at the end. But according to my teacher, he thought we were chilling in some some roadmans or something, man. It wasn't that deep, guys. It was just an iPod, for fuck's sake. So the meeting done and everything's back to normal basically. But the boy that the iPod did get stolen from, because he was told to be like a little snitch. Although like I said, it was just a prank. It was nothing big, but he took it to heart. He hid basically for the whole year. He hid in the library, even though I tried to get him out after what he did. He still wanted to hide in the library, and that's all he would do every lunch. He would just hide in the library and just sit there, guys. As for Rick Ross, he got a lesson as well, because he tried to expel us from the school permanently, and he saw me coming back and he was proper angry. You could see it from his face, man. Like if it was a cartoon, like steam would be coming out of his fucking ass, his head, his everything, guys. My head teacher being nice, being really, really nice, by the way. He could have expelled us completely, but he allowed us to come back in the week, in the same week. I think it was the same week, or just 1 week after he had expelled us, but he still allowed us to come back. I'm sorry if I'm rushing the story. This is just the shorter version. I can't go too long on this story because it'll make the video longer, but that's basically what happened, man. But the moral of the story is, if someone's trying to give you something, do not take it, especially if it's something of someone else's, because you do not want to get accused. Trust me, guys. 1 week off, that behavior log really fucked me up, man. I had to keep on going back to my teacher continuously every week, and you do not want that happening to you guys, especially to the guys living in the UK. You know what I'm talking about, when it comes to them behavior logs, them reports and stuff like that. And even the US guys would know as well, man. When you get a report for something you're doing wrong, that's basically what it was. So this is gonna be the end of the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you want a longer version, let me know. If you want the story times to be longer, let me know in the comment below. Also, give me more ideas, give me more feedback, give me anything. Just tell me anything down below. Thank you for RG for suggesting me to do a part 2. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below. Like I said before, it's been your boy Bossy TV here. My TV will get repaired soon, believe it or not, but it's been your boy Bossy TV, and peace.
This is a Chucky Beat production.